So I'm having a chat with Michael Shuman, Mikey, aka GLU. We're having a talk to. How are you?
Good, that was a lot of AKAs.
Well, you've got a lot of you've been part of many projects, and we'll touch on them briefly a little bit later on. But we're here to talk about a new single of yours that we've been playing, "Love You to Pieces." Tell us a bit about the single first of all.
Um, I wrote and finished it a while ago, so I've been kind of waiting on it to release, and I've been playing it live at all my shows since the beginning, really. And it's um, it's definitely like a kind of a West Coast hip hop inspired track, but I wanted to kind of have guitars on it that you would never hear on like a hip hop song. And I think I figured that out. And so there's like and like having like two kind of like strange guitar solos on a hip hop song you never hear. So I just wanted to kind of have like this juxtaposition of things. Um and yeah. So that's how the music was inspired.
Yeah, nice. And that's off your new EP, which is coming out the 27th of June. What can we expect to hear on the release?
Um Well, it's four songs, so as EPs go, it's just like a kind of another a taster. And so this is the second EP I've put out, and I think maybe on this one even more eclectic as it goes from song to song. So the first song the first song I released called Boogeyman, which is like a dance number. Um, and then you'll hear Love You to Pieces. And then the next two songs, a song called Gone Fishing, which features another collaboration with Sarah Barthel from the band Phanogram. And so she was on my first EP as well. And that's just like a love song and like a much more like pop inspired song. And then there's a song called Tunnel Vision, which I just did a video for. And that's more like a Depeche Mode kind of dark song that's experimental. So unlike any other glue song I'd actually have released.
Nice. And the sound that you've made with this EP, was it the sound you wanted, or is it kind of how it turned out in the studio?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't know what I'm like. I'm not going for anything in particular, but I think what I do try to do is kind of have no expectations, no rules, and no boundaries. And I think that's why each song sounds so different than the other. So while the songs were recorded together within the same period of time, they sound completely different from each other. But uh, but I like that. I like that on most projects I ever do, is to
Mm.
not have anything sound exactly the same.
Yeah, nice. And when it comes to the writing side of things, how do tracks normally start off for you?
In the past, in my life, everything kind of started with like a guitar, and like kind of riffs or chords and progressions. Whereas with this EP and Glue in general, it kind of starts more like on the computer. And I thought, and even though it's a more modern style of writing, I'd never done that myself, so it was a challenge to start something with something completely different. So usually started with a beat and samples that I created in my computer, and and then just kind of like get a flow going, honestly, which is also a big challenge for me because I never really tried to like rap or flow or whatever I do. So once I can kind of get that going, then all the like the kind of like the candy and the ear candy and the other little melodic hooks come after. Um, but that's the biggest challenge for me. It's
Yeah,
lyrics.
yeah. How easy do you find it to kind of create the entirety of the lyrics and then fit them to the music you've created? Do the lyrics have to mean something to you as well?
Absolutely. I think that what I think this more than ever is like extremely personal. Um, it's all very real. Yet I try to make it like I always like to have a comedic kind of edge or comedic side to any of the lyrics. So while they might be talking about serious topics or getting deep, there's got to be some puns and metaphors that are kind of stupid and comical. Got to keep it light. And but you also like you try a bunch of different stuff, and it's okay to fail. Like have stuff that you listen to the next day and say this is garbage. I can do better, and just keep refining. Like writing, in any capacity. I think editing is key.
Yeah. And is there anything you have tried that really hasn't worked for you? Is there any examples you can give us?
Uh, Hopefully I forgot about it. It seems like I've forgotten about it, all the garbage. But even if I had it, there's not a chance I would tell you.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Just don't try them again. That's
That's
uh,
exactly right. Yeah.
and when it comes to writing for yourself, you've done a whole number of projects in the past and currently as well with Queens of the Stone Age, and we had a
Mm.
chat when you were with Mini Mansions as well. What's it like writing for yourself rather than part of a group?
Mm. It's it's more freeing, I'd say, in a way. Not that I like desire full creative control, but it allows you to dig deeper and really, I don't know, you end up, I think you have to back it more than ever, right? Because it's all coming from you. So you really have to believe in it. And every choice I make, I really, really have to believe in. Whereas you could kind of go along with one of your bandmates' ideas and be like, cool, well, that's their part of this. And um, I mean, it's a little isolating, but I started doing this during COVID. So that was a great time to figure out a lot and really find out a lot about yourself when you're by yourself and you have no option. And but it was super freeing and it opened me up to being more vulnerable and talking about shit because I didn't know if anyone would ever hear it. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it started.
Yeah, nice, nice. And you've done a couple of your own shows recently. You've got some more coming as well. I bet you can't wait to be doing some of your own stuff again.
Totally. Yeah. I'm like bouncing back. I did 3 shows opening up for the Kills, and now I'm on tour with Queens. And then I'll have two more at the end of the Queen. So I'm just like kind of like sandwiching in shows, and then I come out to London and get to do another London show, which I haven't done in a while. So I'm really excited about that in July.
Yeah, is it easy for you to jump between projects in your mind? Is it pretty straightforward, or is it a bit of a challenge?
No, it's easy. I like, when you're well rehearsed and you know stuff well enough, it's like there's no difference. And I've gotten my GLU show and set up kind of down to a science. Um, so yeah, just don't fuck up the lyrics and you'll be all right.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. And once you've done the London show on the 10th of July, what's the summer and the fall and winter holding for you?
Well, that's why I'm doing all these shows as much as I can right now, but because then we're doing a Queens tour this summer all through Europe. So it's like 6 weeks of festivals and some of our own shows. Um, And then so yeah, I'm looking forward to booking some more stuff in the fall and the winter, as well as like actually giving myself time to go record hopefully like a full length record. Because that's kind of the ultimate goal. I think you're never really like set into the music sphere until you kind of have your first like debut LP. So I think that's I want to get home and spend time doing that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we've touched on Queens of the Stone Age a little bit, but we've also been playing a new single of Queens of the Stone Age, Alive in the Catacombs.
Oh yeah?
I Never Came. Tell us a bit about that one and the film that's come alongside it as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess the audio just was released with the vinyl coming out, and I mean, there's a lot to talk about the catacombs, um, but we're really proud of it. This film we did in Paris. I don't know how much has been talked about, and people that are listening, if you even know about it, but it was a short film that we filmed last year in Paris, and it was just released. And I gotta say, like, we're really I guess surprised and proud that our fans and and also people that don't really know us too well are really being receptive, and there's been a lot of positive feedback about it. I think it's something that is completely different for us. As you know, which I like to do is to kind of like, put yourself in a situation you're not supposed to be in. And so we did this thing that's acoustic with strings, and I think you should go check it out. You can go check out the film. You can go to our website and do that, or just buy the audio if you just want to do that as well. But I think you really got to see the film. I think it's there's a documentary that's attached to it as well that's gets pretty deep and emotional, and I think it's nice to see a different side of us.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I think when we last had a chat back in 2019, I think it was at a Reading festival, we chatted about mini mansions at the time. Is there any mini mansion stuff happening?
There's no mini mansion stuff happening. No, no, and like I get that question often, and it's not because we don't love each other and that we don't love our band, but all things kind of come to an end, and you got to be okay with that. And like, I'm not saying we'll never play again, but we've tried, and it just hasn't worked out timing wise.
Nice. Mikey, it's been a pleasure having a catch up with you.
Thanks so much, Jim. Appreciate it.